Hey everybody, it's Safa here with a travel update. I'm sort of nestled in this crevice here that people use to get down to the beach here in San Diego, specifically Mission Beach. Yeah, so I've been here for 2 weeks. Randomly got a plane ticket here after Texas, and that was after rubber tramping with my mom for 3 months. I didn't do any YouTubing at that time because it was like some pretty intense and deep healing that I was doing with her and mainly with myself. So yeah, talk about spiritual healing on this channel. I'm a tarot reader, and that's how I make money out here. Is I go and I set up my tarot table, and those of you who know me from Instagram will have seen, a lot of the posts that I make about spiritual stuff. This video is mainly to sort of like give people a glimpse into what it's like to be backpacking for the first time on your own. For me, it was definitely a little bit scary at the beginning, but I vaguely remember just getting really excited about it in my hotel room in Texas before I got on the plane, and like dancing in front of the mirror to Cake by the Ocean and stuff like that. I know that I'm supposed to be here. I know that it's part of my path. So you feel a lot less fear when you just sort of take the leap. You know what I mean? Like the Fool card in tarot. So when I got off the plane, it was kind of like, oh my God, what do I do? And I just felt in my body, I was like, I'm in California. I need to go get some raw juice. So that's what I did. I went and got some raw juice. Then I sat down, looked on hotels.com and found hostels. And I was like, wow, okay, this is a really cheap and good option, and I feel that I can make enough money every day to stay in a hostel every night, and I'm just going to do that all across California, because for me, it feels like the safest option. And also taking rides selectively. So I'm not like standing out on the street with my thumb out, even though I do have a hitchhiker's thumb. I see that as risky. But then again, like the universe will pretty much match itself to whatever you believe that it is. So if you believe the world is cruel, like you might be manifesting those situations. And it's hard to change our core beliefs. So I don't blame people for believing things, since a lot of that can be out of our control initially, with how we're raised and everything. And I think a lot of us are raised to believe that the nomadic lifestyle is dangerous. But when you really look at it, when people figure out that you're traveling, they want to talk to you, and a lot of them are very nice, and a lot of them really care, and are just generally interested in what your experiences are. So for me, it's just been all about setting boundaries with people that I don't necessarily want to interact with, specifically dudes trying to get in my pants. Yeah, I'm not interested in that. But if you are and you're traveling, oh, believe me, they will be all over you. It's kind of nuts. Yeah, I've had to say no to a lot of people, which it's like, I don't know what it is about the backpack, but I think that maybe it's a demonstration of my strength, and like people find that hot or something. I don't know. It's really odd. It's quite odd. So as far as staying in the hostels go, I mean, like, I don't get hit on much at the hostel, which is nice, because it's like supposed to be your living space. It's supposed to be your home. So, like, the main experience I've had with that is wear earplugs at night, because it's like a shared room, and people will come in sometimes early in the morning, all drunk, like, ah! And, like, it's totally cool, because, like, that's just a culture, Like, when we think about it, it's like we pay a lot of money every month just to be isolated. You know what I mean? Like, just to have more space between us and other people, which makes sense on a level. But then it's like when you're traveling, getting to know people and making connections is really important. So far, I've met a couple friends that I really like, and I want to interview my friends too still. But in this video, I'm just going to keep it about like this travel update. Anyways, so the main reason I came here was because I was reading tarot at 16th Street Mall in Denver, and a girl was like, hey, you should go read tarot at Ocean Beach. Like, there's plenty of people there who'd be willing to get a reading. And I was like, okay, cool. Like, not thinking I would actually end up in Ocean Beach. But when I had, like, the chance and the money to just pick wherever the hell I wanted to go, like, that's what I did. So for anybody, of course, I'd recommend having a good amount of money to start off with. Like, before you embark on this endeavor, because it did cost me to have the tarot, to make my tarot table, like 20 something dollars, but it's a fucking sweet ass, like, portable thing that I invented, and I'm totally gonna make a video about how I made that. Like, and also, like, you're gonna probably get rid of a lot of stuff that you pack, because I packed a lot of my favorite things, and I thought I had condensed it down pretty well, but a lot of my favorite stuff was heavy. I'm really into, like, jean vests and stuff like that. But what do I have now? I have, like, 3 pairs of stretch pants, which are light. This hoodie is the only heavy thing that I have, really, aside from, like, my sleeping bag and my bedroll. Like, the rest of my clothes are made out of, like, light fabric. And, that's why I had this plan to, like, stay south for, like, a month or so until it gets warm, and then, start traveling north. My friend told me that Eugene is really nice. Hey, Eugene. I just did a shout out. I don't know if I should do shout outs in these videos, but I'm totally going to send this video to my friend. Anyway, yeah, San Francisco Pride Parade is a place that I really want to be, because it's like gay mecca, and I'm all about that. So I'm going to head that way. LA, I've been to LA and Venice Beach, but I've never done tarot at Venice before, so that's going to be really exciting. And I have a friend who's, like, rolling around with his free T-bus, Giuseppe. So I may end up seeing, shout out to him too, but, like, yeah, I may end up seeing him as well. Yeah, YouTube is crazy, right? You can reach so many people. Another thing with traveling is it's good to have your own lock, because if you ever want to lock your stuff, like, there's, like, free lockers at the hostels, and there's probably lockers other places too. I haven't really explored that, but just having a lock is good. It just makes you feel secure. Yeah, just being able to follow your instincts, being able to follow your bliss, trust your heart and soul. That's really what traveling is all about. Because, like, one thing I noticed is that a lot of people out here will save up for a really long time to travel, and then, at some point, like, the money runs out and they need something to keep you going, which is why I encourage people to learn, like, a busking skill, like learning how to play guitar, getting yourself a guitar. I plan on doing that as well, because I love playing music. But, yeah, drumming, crafts like making bracelets, selling your art, all these things you can do as a traveler. And it will make people very interested in you, and, like, they'll just be able to see this part of your soul when you expose that. Like, people think you're pretty cool or whatever, but, like, here's the thing, like, we all have that in us, and we're all cool, and we all deserve love, and it's just a matter of putting yourself out there and, like, showing that side of yourself to people, with also knowing that you don't have to be a people pleaser, like, you don't have to be approved by everybody. People will look at you as a backpacker and be like, oh, homeless person. But, like, would you really want to hang out with people who would judge homeless people? Like, no. So, like, who cares what they think? And, yeah, like, eating out. Yeah, I've been eating out quite a bit. But, like, I've also just, been experimenting with my diet. And that's like saying I basically totally went off my diet, like, yesterday and today, because I said, fuck it, I'm going to have some fun, which usually means involves some level of pain. I don't know why. Like, that's just kind of how our culture is. And yeah, like, so far, good experience, though, overall. I keep getting, like, lots of messaging through angel numbers and synchronicities. I ran into somebody who was going through a Kundalini awakening the other day and made friends with them. So I I, can't wait to do videos about Kundalini awakening because of that, because I think that as part of my purpose is to help other people through that experience. So I'm going to make a video about Kundalini awakening. I also want to make a video about like my personal definition of success, because I think that part of this journey out here is for me to tear down what the traditional definition of success is. Whatever that means. I got the Tarot card and the King of Pentacles, which to me is a very significant card because it represents like my North Node in Capricorn, which is eventually to be, an entrepreneur, like established and, supporting myself solely on my own business. It takes a long time to establish though. But yeah, me doing the YouTube channel, doing the tarot card readings on the street is a huge part of that, because I see tarot as a part of my path permanently as a healer, but like I also want to add a lot more metaphysical healing skills to that as well, doing Reiki, doing sound healing, specifically tuning chords. I have a lot to learn, astrology as well, but yeah, a couple of my friends have been asking me to read their natal charts, and it's just been really cool, like learning about people, because I'm so fascinated by humans. And I could explain more about that later in my fascination with people. It could be that I'm an Aquarius moon, whatever that means to you guys out there who do the astrology. Yeah, and in my travels, I've seen like my archetype as like an Aries and an Aquarius like literally play out in situations. Like I was hiking a mountain with my boss, who is also my friend, but he's an Aries and I'm an Aries, and we were climbing this like steep ass mountain together, and I was like, wow, two Aries on a mountain, like how perfect is that? Yeah, so situations will play out in your life that are like very archetypal. For example, I wrote a poem on my Instagram, something about sexy dancing on the beach or whatever with magnetic words, and then it actually manifested in my reality. Like, this shit is real. Too real. So, like, I'm here to help people learn that whatever you're manifesting as a result of your vibration, your thoughts, your emotions, your actions, like, no matter what it is, forgive yourself. Like, if things manifest in your life and they're like, and you feel they're less than satisfactory or whatever, it's just all a learning experience, and take everything with a grain of salt. And sit by the ocean, because we can all learn from the ocean and the way that it behaves. All of us have a deep and dark subconscious realm to be explored, and it's just a part of the human experience. Yeah, it's hard to know exactly what to put in a travel update, especially the very first one. Oh, just a few more things that I wanted to say. I was afraid of getting harassed in the hostels. I think pretty much what you have there is kind of like a group dynamic of not wanting to be an asshole. That doesn't prevent everybody from being an asshole, but you can totally report people to the staff if they're being like totally fucked up, and they'll get kicked out. So yeah, I get the sense that people avoid being an asshole as much as humanly possible because they know there will be consequences, and also like just there's people around, and like they don't want to step out of line of whatever they perceive to be the collective synthesis, the collective ideology or whatever it is. But yeah, do your own dishes. And that's all I really have to say for now. I guess I'll think more later, and in my next travel update, I might add things that, I forgot to say in this one. But, yeah, I will be offering online tarot readings as soon as I get my website done. I've got a lot of other stuff I'm working on right now, but I want to start doing parties and events for people and stuff like that. So, add me on Instagram, Safalori Tarot. Like and subscribe for more updates. Thank you very much. Have a chill day. Bye.